Hello guys, welcome to another session of Cassandra Learning, software training course for non-technical people. This is our fifth session. Before that, we'll see what we had seen in the last session, the fourth one. We saw that we need programming logic for writing software programs effectively. So logic is nothing but organizing and arranging the elements of a program effectively, like for example modularizing, reusing, conditional decisions, etc. And we saw that about some of the logics that we commonly use, and then we also understood how there is a similarity between human evolution. When I say human evolution, it means nothing but how our thought process evolved and how we started functioning based on the thought process. So basically how our programs evolved and how the programming, the computers, the software programming also evolved. So there is a stark similarity between these two. So we compared these two and then we understood that as well. All right, now when we were talking about this evolution, I completed by saying that humans started thinking about everything as objects, and they found use in each and everything they see, and then they termed it as objects. And then that is how we are seeing our world right now. As far as a human now is concerned, everything is an object. A pen is an object, a computer is an object. Whatever we see is an object, and anything that is not an object, in other words, anything that we don't find use of, will be thrown into our garbage, and we call anything and everything as garbage. Right? So on that note, we'll get to introduce a new programming language, which is Java. So I'll introduce Java to you, and then I'll also show you how to install a Java development kit, and we'll also learn about what is Java compiler and how to use a Java compiler and Java runtime environment. And then we are also going to write, compile and run our first program using Java. So thank you to all the theory and concepts we learned so far. We are getting hands-on today and we are going to do some practical stuff. Hope you are excited. So let us get introduced to the Java programming language. Java programming language, you might have definitely heard of it. Java programming language is a very powerful and a widely used programming language. It is there everywhere. There is a Java micro edition, again, which is used in microcontroller based systems, and there are millions of devices and computers that run Java in today's world. Your Android phone is a version of Java. The Android platform, the programming language for the Android platform, is a version of Java, and so many areas that Java is there. Existence everywhere. Its existence is everywhere. And why is it so popular? Because of its platform independent nature, which means, for example, you write a program in C or C++. If you write a program on your Windows operating system platform, the C or C++ program that is compiled on that platform can run only on that particular platform, which means Windows. So whereas Java, you can write it, say for example, you write it on a Windows platform, you compile it, and then it can be run anywhere. Like when I say anywhere, it can also be run on any other platform like Unix or Linux or Macintosh operating system, Mac OS, or in any other desktop or tablet or mobile based platforms, right? So that is the advantage of Java. It's a platform independent in nature. And the second thing is it is object oriented. So Java allows you to program like how we think. Like I said, we consider everything, anything and everything an object, and we want our program also think the same way, our program also function the same way, because it will be easy for us to do command. Okay, you can make the computer identify everything as objects. So that is the advantage of object oriented programming, and it is named after the famous Java coffee, which is a common obsession amongst the founders of Java. So the people who wrote the Java programming language, they drank a Java coffee together and they are obsessed about it, and hence they just gave the name Java itself to the programming language. It is also very fast and secure and very powerful. So what do you mean by fast, secure and powerful? When you run a program, there is it uses the capability of the processors, the memory and everything to the maximum efficiency, and henceforth delivers the output pretty quick and secure also, which means while running a program, it doesn't allow any other programs or any other handles interfere into your programming process or getting data out of it, so that your program is pretty secure. And the main important thing is it is open source and it is free to use. You can just download and start using Java just like that. You need not pay anything. You not worry about the cost involved in. So that is another advantage. So this is why it got very popular and everybody started using it. So let's see how we can install a Java development kit. So what is a Java development kit? You need this kit for writing programs in Java. So you just need to, so this is the link here. I'll also provide this in the description. So you can just click on this to download Java, the latest JDK into your system. Here the link is for Windows. If you don't have a Windows system, you can find appropriate if you simply search for JDK download. This is just for convenience, I am showing it here. So let us open this link and see how this can be installed. It is like installing any other program on your computer. It's a MSI, the Microsoft installer package. So you just open it. It is now asking for installation. Yeah, that's all. Okay, let the installation going on. In the meanwhile, we'll see the documentation link also. So if you open the documentation link here, it has a complete README section, tools, and also API documentation, and guides everything here. So it's very easy to follow and get help from this documentation. In future, I will also along with every a session. I'll also point out to the documentation for those sessions, so that you can get a kind of a self-help using the documentation easily. So now it says Java SE development kit is successfully installed. Java SE stands for standard edition, and the version is 21, and it is successfully installed now. Alright, so now our Java is installed. Let me go and continue. So before starting to write our program, we have to understand two things. One is about the Java compiler, and another is about the runtime. So a Java compiler is a program that basically compiles your high level language, your Java, whatever Java code we are writing, into something called as a bytecode. So these bytecodes are like platform independent. These bytecodes can be ported to any platform, and then using the runtime environment we can convert that bytecode to machine language, and we can make our program interact with the operating system and get executed. So for compiler, so we need basically a compiler and a runtime environment to run our program. Hope you get this. Both the compiler and the runtime environment are executable files that gets installed along with your JDK. You need not worry about that. So now how do I run my program? All I have to do is I have to start writing my program, and then I need to run it first compile it using the compiler, and then I pass the compiled bytecode file to the runtime environment. It will execute the program. So I'll repeat the steps again. I will write my program. The program is basically a text file, right? It's like typing anything in your notepad. You write your program and then you compile it. Only while compiling you will see if there are any syntax or semantical errors. The compiler will point out any syntax or semantical errors, and after you had fixed that and then recompile it, it will generate a bytecode file for you, and this file needs to be passed to the runtime environment, and the runtime environment will convert that bytecode into the machine language according to your operating system and then execute it. Hope it's clear. Now let us see how do I practically do it. So all I need is a command prompt. All I need is a command prompt. So now I am going to write my first program. Here you go. So I'm going to open Notepad. My first program is going to say hello world, and my program will always have an extension .java. So I open it. So it's a hello world.java file that I am going to create. If you notice the file name, I have capitalized the H and the W in the word hello world, right, in the phrase hello world. So this is a naming convention that we follow in Java. So it's called the title case, and every word of the phrase will be, so the first letter of every word of the phrase will be capitalized. So now you have to create a class with the same name. Public class hello world. So a class is a modularization logic. We are going to see a separate session for what is a class, how do we define objects and everything. But just since this is our first program, just follow me, and then inside our class we will have to write a main function. So this is our function. A function will always have a public or a private before its name, and then what kind of value it is going to return after the execution. And then the function name followed by the parenthesis. And if at all we are going to pass some input to this function, we will pass it inside the parenthesis, which is called as an argument. So I'm just follow me. I will explain you everything clearly in the future. Since this is our first program, you just follow me. All right. So now I'm going to say this is again a command, a function that we use to print anything on the system's standard output. System.out stands for system, stands for our own system, and out is the standard output of the system, which is your monitor. And in the monitor I'm asking to print hello world. So now I close the function, and then I close the class, so the class module, and I save it. Okay. Now our program is written. Let us see what happens. Now, since I have written it in a very high level language, saying that system.out.println and all that, and I'm writing a main function, and I had defined a class named hello world, I have to compile it and create a bytecode for it. So for that we will call the Java compiler. So Java C stands for the Java compiler. Now you say Java C hello world.java, and then I press enter. Now it compiles. The Java C hello world.java executes the compilation. So it compiles, it doesn't have any errors in the program, so it returned without any issues, just came back. Now all I have to do is if you have noticed, it would have created. So I'm trying to list anything that starts with hello. So look at here, I only wrote a program called hello.java. It had created another file called helloworld.class. So this is the file which contains the bytecode. Would you like to see how a bytecode file looks like? It will not be in a human understandable format, definitely, right? So I try to open it, notepad, helloworld.class. Yeah, here you can see it has some unrecognizable characters and stuff which is not human readable. So this is how a bytecode file looks like. We need not worry about this. Okay, now let us see how to run this. So now we need to pass, as I said, we need to pass this class file to the bytecode file to a runtime environment. The runtime environment is a program named Java, and then you have to pass file. You should not give any extensions, just Java hello world. This is how you run your program with the runtime environment, and it will print hello world. Since you asked it to print hello world, it says hello. So our first program is compiled and executed. Hope it is exciting for you. You can also try this. I will give the link of JDK installation and everything on the description. It's very simple. Try it out. If you have any difficulties, please let me know in the comments. I am here to guide you. Alright, let's go back here. So we'll see what we had done. So a program, basically, generally, today we just printed out hello as an output, but generally if you take a program, it might get some inputs and then it processes it, like executes instructions on the input. Your input will always be your data. It executes it and then it will print the output. So this is how a program basically is constructed. So we also saw our first Java program. It didn't get any input, but it simply got our instruction to print hello world, and then it printed it out. It processed it and it printed the output. Hope this is exciting. In summary, we got introduced to Java. We saw Java as a object-oriented, powerful, widely used, platform-independent programming language. And we installed the JDK, we created our first program, compiled it with the Java compiler, and then ran it using the Java runtime environment, the JRE. Right? Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your attention. We'll see you in the next session.